is Kayla, and today I'm doing my presentation on the Amish and the way they live and communicate. So before I get into everything about the Amish, there's a video that I would like to show the beginning of because I think it gives a really good background.
If you want to eat healthy and feel your best, you gotta try
Today, descendants of European settlers still live and work much as their forebears did, here in Lancaster County's Pennsylvania Dutch community. Though that nickname is a little misleading, their ancestors weren't Dutch, they were Swiss and German, or Deutsch. Persecuted for their faith at home, the Amish began coming to Pennsylvania in the 1720s in search of religious freedom. They settled into a rustic way of life here, guided by a strict set of traditions known as the Ordnung, or Order. It laid out the principles of their religion and dictated every aspect of their austere lifestyle. Many of their descendants still carefully follow the Ordnung. But during an adolescent period called Roomspringen, young Amish are allowed to break with its guidelines and experience the modern world to decide for themselves whether they want to make a final commitment to their faith. Those who do will spend their lives raising their families in solid but plain houses with few modern conveniences, doing their housework and laundry by hand, and tilling their fields just as the first Amish did, without tractors or motorized harvesters, while tending some of the most productive farmland in the U.S.
So that video just kind of gives a little more background, which is really nice. Shows you how simple they actually live. So the Amish have 4 core values. The first one is faith. So their community and God is put ahead of themselves, and they demonstrate it through their daily actions. This next one is their family. Their family is the heart of their community, and it's a very important aspect. They function as a unit, so their businesses are run as a family. They eat all meals together as a family, and they have large families. And they do that because it helps them take care of the elders and the younger kids. The third is community. The community is what they say their spirit is. And they show it through their dedication and love to the church communities. They believe the way to salvation is to live as a loving community. And since the Amish have separated from our society, they have a very unique support system, and they rely on each other for just about everything. Their fourth value is simplicity. To them, it's a symbol of humility, and they choose the simple living because they believe that worldliness keeps them from being close to God. This is why they don't have modern technology, electricity, used vehicles, and then also have very plain and modest fashion that is homemade. Some of the important communication patterns that they tend to be more nonverbal. They're a high context culture, which means that they don't always say things as if they are. An example would be if we don't like something, like this presentation, I would be like, I don't like this presentation. They wouldn't say that. They would imply it, not just outwardly say it. They also, even though they are nonverbal, they aren't accepting of physical touch, so you won't see a lot of physical contact, such as hugs or kisses. you may see the occasional handshake between men before church. But otherwise, not a whole lot of physical, nonverbal communication. So if you do have contact with this community, some of the things you do want to do is make sure you show your appreciation instead of showing it. So helping them with housework or building something or tending to crops. That's really what they would look forward to. Something that you do not want to do when you are with this community is to come off as arrogant. So you don't want to be very loud, enforcing your laugh. It's just, they're a very quiet community, so they just wouldn't accept it as much. In superficial terms, like pet names, they also aren't into that as much either. And so, etiquette. So now that we've kind of looked into the way that they live and the way they communicate, it's really important to be considerate of their lifestyle. They're super private and they don't want to feel like an attraction at the zoo. So we have to make sure that we're respectful in the way that we would talk to them and ask questions, since they are very big on personal space. And this last little picture is just a little buggy, just showing you the very simplistic way of life. Thank you.